Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carey Anderson with Dade County. I want to thank you so much for joining us today on the Dade County Weekly Update. Remember, you can type in your question in the comment section of the Facebook feed during this live update. We will be answering questions at the end. If you don't want to ask your questions live during the broadcast, you can always email us your question at info@dadecounty-ga.gov. Thank you so much for coming to the right place for the right information. We have several guests for you today. We will be hearing from George Williams, Kathleen Reed, and Jane Dixon with the Alliance for Dade. They'll be giving us a wrap up on all of the Christmas events that happened this past weekend. We'll be hearing from Ronnie Hunt and Courtney Case, Laura Cunningham, who is our new 4-H educator, and Ted Rumley. So there's a lot to cover today. I do have some announcements that I want to go over before we hear from our guests. The first one is I want to say congratulations and welcome. Congratulations to Melissa and Bob Brislin on their wedding. Melissa Smith, now Brislin, does work in our accounting office. They got married last week. We just want to shout out to Melissa and Bob and say congratulations. Also, congratulations are in order for our extension agent, Sarah Dyer, and her husband, Jeremy, on the birth of their new daughter, Emery Lynn. So congratulations and welcome to the world, Emery Lynn. And we also want to welcome our new 4-H educator, Laura Cunningham, and her husband, Scott, to the community. You'll be hearing from Laura later today. Also, we are hiring, so 911 is hiring dispatchers. We are also hiring for jail officer positions. So the county is hiring. You can go to our website at dadecounty-ga.gov to fill out an application online and see more about those positions there. Also, the Dade County Library is hiring a youth education coordinator. So you can learn more about that at chrl.org. There is a scam alert that I do want to notify you about from Tax Commissioner Angie Galloway. So as you can see on the screen in front of you, there is a letter that is going out to people. This one was shared with us and was courtesy of one of our citizens. That is not from Dade County. It is not legitimate. It is not from the state of Georgia. So if you have a question, ever have a question about anything that you receive in the mail, feel free to give us a call at 706-657-4625, and we will be glad to talk with you about that. Thank you to Tax Commissioner Angie Moreland Galloway for letting us know about that. If you haven't seen that yet, we did put that out on our Facebook page last week as well, but we did want to go ahead and let you know on the live update that is happening. So we do keep our social media updated. We put things out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram because this is just really, really important information that we want you to have, and we want you to have it in real live time. Also, the City of Trenton Police Department, Silver Bells projects, their items are due this Friday, so that's tomorrow. So if you have purchased items for the Silver Bells project, go ahead and turn that into the Trenton Police Department tomorrow. If you have questions about that, you can call 706-657-4167. Next, we'll hear from George Williams with the Alliance for Dade.
Thank you, Carey. I'm George Williams from the Alliance for Dade, your Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to have some items for you in the community news that save the date, so things important that you may want to go see. First of all, and we're going to hear about this in a few minutes, is the Merry Thanksmas dinner, which is December 11th. Rising Fawn Baptist Church is doing a Christmas concert on December 11th and 12th, and also Keep the Home Fires Burning by Davis Middle School theater production. Coming up tonight, so don't mark your calendar, just be ready to go after dinner, grab the kids and go to the Dade County High School. Starts at 7 p.m. And it features the Davis Middle School 6th, 7th, and 8th grade choir, as well as the high school choir. And they're going to do a song presented by, the songs will be presented both seasonally and inspirational, including a world premiere of a piece of music by the 8th grade choir that was wrote in collaboration with composer Michael Payan. entitled "We Are Not Alone." So it sounds like it's going to be a special evening at Dade County High School. Starts at 7 o'clock. Don't miss it. This Saturday, Davis Saddle Club Ham Shoot. It starts at 9 a.m. behind the Davis Elementary School. So that is this Saturday. I'd like to send out a big thank you to a number of folks that were involved in all the activities here in Dade County, specifically Trenton. Last Saturday, it was a huge day. Started at 9 o'clock in the morning with the expo and ended somewhere probably around 8 o'clock at night here in the square. I was pretty tired that night, I know, when I went to bed. But I'd just like to say, first of all, thank you for the Bank of Dade for sponsoring the Christmas parade, the Alliance for Dade for doing Light Up Trenton, and we'll hear about that in a few minutes. And we'll also have the winner is present with us today as well. There was a live nativity scene at the Trenton Methodist Church, and Christmas Crossing, sponsored by the Sheriff's Department, was held here on the square. So that was an exciting evening too. I remember after the expo, came here, had hot dogs, so that was my dinner that night. So great weekend here. I'd like to talk just a minute and talk about the success we had with our Dade Expo, the Jolly Holiday event. We had over 70 vendors there, and we had 1,400 people come in and visit us that day. So that was, I'd have to say, from what I know of the Dade Expo, that had to be a record that we set for the number of people. It was a great event. If you weren't there, we're actually going to have our first planning meeting for next year tomorrow afternoon. So we'll be looking into that next year. Talk about the parade a minute, which again was sponsored by the Bank of Dade. We want to send our congratulations out to the Trenton Street Department, who had Best in Parade for their float in that event. And also at Christmas Crossing that the Sheriff's Department held, they had a winner of a coloring contest, and that was Erie Hicks. So congratulations to you. That's about all the thanks I have for today. I know next week I'll be back on and we'll be doing a lot more, but now I'd like to bring up Jane Dixon, Kathleen Reed, and they're going to present the winner of the Light Up Trenton event. So Jane, Kathleen.
Thank you, George. George is the chairperson of our Alliance for Dade. He keeps us going and keeps us looking for things to do. Remember what we're for? To represent the businesses in Dade County. Remind yourself that we represent your Chamber of Commerce in Trenton and Dade County. As you all know, I've spoke to you last year about the Light Up Trenton when we first started. It was really good last year. It was the first year we ever had it. We were so excited. We had bows, we had wreaths, we had everything. So this year we decided to ask the merchants to focus primarily on lights. And we were looking for glow in the community. I was with Evan yesterday, and he made a comment that was quite complimentary. He said he had never seen so much light and glitter around where the courthouse was all decorated up beautifully, where the gazebo was decorated, the merchants had decorated. It was a bright and glowing time in Dade County. And we're grateful for all the people who chipped in, did their part. We had over 50 merchants who did some form of decoration. Now that is really remarkable in Dade County. Now we had over 40 people who participated in the lights part of that. They had some of the most beautiful lights. If you remember last year, our winner was the Citizens Bank and Trust. They had that glowing white tree made out of lights, all the lights of the world out front. Drive by sometime this next few weeks, and I'm sure they'll have it up again. So you will see that. It was beautiful. Now, for us to do what all we did, Kathleen, we had to get some sponsors, and we did. Not very many, but it was simple. First of all, the Friends of Cloudland Canyon. They chipped in and helped us. The Citizens Bank and Trust, again, helped us to do the things we wanted to do. We had banners out, we had signs out, and all of that was sponsored by our sponsor. Our next sponsor was Meade Forestry. They provided us with the ability to do the banners, to say things to our community, and get people excited. The last sponsor was Mostetter's Towing and Recovery Service. They provided a truck. We provided space for us to put our banners and all on. But next, what's going to happen is Cathleen is going to tell you about a number of the people. Remember, we look for the word wow. Well, she's going to tell you about the wow that happened Saturday night with the Light Up Trenton.
Well, all you had to do was drive anywhere in this city and you would have seen lights galore. It was absolutely beautiful. I think this is Trenton's hallmark Christmas, and it's only going to get bigger and it's going to get better every year. We had some businesses that participated that just really seemed to just twinkle in your eye when you drove by. Businesses like Teleflex, Uncle Lars, Bottom Dollar, Greater Landscape down on Highway 11, Stevie and the Moon. Go look at these places. Their lights are still out. Sundog, the Groovy Nomad Motel on Highway 11. And we had one that was absolutely spectacular. When our judges went around and they looked, we were looking at lights, variety of lights, display of lights, how they displayed them, what they did with their shop and their front business areas. And those judges came back to us with numbers where they had tallied what they thought in the criteria for that. And the winner that they came up with is a shop across from Citizens Bank called Shop on Main. Tasha, will you come up with us? Tasha's the owner of this shop. Her last name is Leek. This is Tasha Leek. Tasha, we have a plaque here. This is called a traveling plaque. We started this last year by Citizens Bank and Trust, which was the 2020 winner. And we call this a traveling plaque because every year it's going to travel. And it will stay in your shop for the next year because you were designated as 2021 winner of Light Up Trenton for this year. Now, your name is not on this yet, but we will take this down. We will have this directly engraved. You will be able to hang this in your shop for the next year as a token and appreciation from the Alliance for Dade and for all the businesses to show what Light Up Trenton really is all about. Now, you were telling me something about your shop, and you call your shop more than a boutique. You call it a booth-teak. Tell us, what exactly is that? What do you have in your shop?
Well, you rent booth spaces. So some is just cleaning out their house. Some, thanks to COVID, has needed to find another source of income. So they rent a space and they create their own store. I handle sales tax. I handle all the overhead and then write them a check at the end of the month on all their items that sold.
So do you have any openings available now for somebody to come and maybe take up a booth space in your shop?
No.
You have no space available. You're another successful business in Dade County.
I don't have any space available. I'm running out of space to write names on the waiting list. No, I don't.
But she says she's running out of space. I mean, she has not run out of space yet. So if you are interested in that, go see her and see if you can get your name on the waiting list and maybe a spot in her boutique called Shop on Main, right across from Citizens Bank. Exactly. And so there's always more to do and see in Dade County. You can come to our Welcome Center. We have all the information, the brochures for the area. But you have got to drive through Trenton. You've got to see these lights. You've got to see the lights of her shop. They are just absolutely beautiful.
I sold all my Christmas trees.
Oh my gosh.
They were so good. They sold.
This is what we want. This is what the Alliance for Dade is all about.
This is what it is. We are proud of Dade County and Trenton, and we want you, if you're a merchant, to know we are trying to raise our membership by the end of December. That means you're going to be visited, if you're not already a member, we hope, and asked to join the Alliance for Dade. It's very, very important to our community. We're proud. We have a wonderful mayor, Alex Case. We have a wonderful county commission. We have a man who is tirelessly works, Ted Rumley, for our county. And so we need to chip in and do our part as citizens, as a group, to be our Chamber of Commerce. Now, Cathleen and I and Dina and Harry Abel, we will be going around to all the merchants who participated in the Light Up Trenton. We have a gift to give you, which will be thanking you and want to honor you. We have a little display thing that's made in the shape of Georgia, but we'll be around with that. We'll be handing it to you, giving it to you to display with an application to join the Alliance for Dade. So anything else y'all need to say?
Well, unless you want to find out everything that Alliance for Dade is about, our mission statement, what our heart is, you go to our website, alliancefordade.com, and you check that out, and you will be amazed at what the Alliance for Dade is doing and what the community and what the officials that are leading our town and our area have allowed us to do. But I would encourage you to go to that. But in the evening, you've got to drive through Trenton. You have to see what Light Up Trenton was all about.
And if you haven't visited the county commission room, drive by. They have one of the most beautiful trees in Trenton here. This is one of the many trees in this building, compliments of Don Townsend. So thank you, Carey, for letting us be here. We appreciate it. And next, I believe, is...
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. We'll have Ronnie Hunt next and Courtney Case. They are going to be talking to us about another very special event that's coming up this weekend here at the Trenton Civic Center. So thank you so much, Ronnie and Courtney, for being with us today.
All right. Well, it's really hard whenever you got somebody who's that exciting speaking and you hear someone who doesn't really like to speak. But we want to start out, this was kind of an idea that we had, just kind of made a little mention of, bringing a little Hallmark. They mentioned Hallmark Town, and we just kind of brought it up on social media about wanting to kind of bring some excitement to our town, kind of help bring some community together. A lot of negativity in the world right now, and I figured maybe we could bring some happiness. Courtney sends me a message and says, hey, Trenton Pressing wants to get on board. They want to kind of do more in the community, and we want to, see how we can spread some love. And then it just kind of lit a fire. We started mentioning it on social media, and a lot of businesses started reaching out to us, wanting to take part, and now we've had most of the community. We're going to do a shout out next week, and once we have a list compiled, I don't want to leave anybody out today, but we want to do a shout out next week about who all's helped, and look forward to seeing everyone Saturday. And I'm going to let Courtney.
So we did Merry Thanksmas. This is going to be our first year. We're going to continue to do this every year. The way that we saw the community come together over this last month that we decided to put this together has been incredible. A lot of our small businesses within the community, a lot of them that you see all the lights at, those people stepped up, contributed. We're setting up today and tomorrow, and it's amazing at the turnout that we've had for people who have come to help us set up, have come to bring raffle items so that we can give them away. And speaking of the raffle items, so what we're going to do is everybody that comes in is going to get a raffle ticket. And you'll put your name and your phone number on that ticket, and you'll be able to put it in whatever bucket that you want on the item that you want to get. If you want more than one, then bring $1. Get $1, you get another raffle ticket. That's going to allow you to put your name in more buckets. And then at the end of the event, when we have all of those raffle tickets in and we're giving out items, we're going to take the money that we have received for purchasing extra raffle items. And we received a message on Facebook or a comment on a post, and Heather Tishaw has asked that her father needs a wheelchair ramp. So we're going to take all those contributions and we're going to give those to her so that she can get a wheelchair ramp for her dad to be able to get in his house. And so we've got a couple other items for some individuals that needed heat. They didn't have a heater in their house. So we actually had a business that contributed a small heater to help them heat their home. We've got raffle items from steam mops to air fryers, crock pots, a microwave. And then we have other things too. We've got a couple items for the teenage group. some spa kits. We've got just about everything you can imagine. And then we also have Santa and Mrs. Claus, so all the kids can get their picture with Santa. All of those photos we're gonna put on our Facebook page, so you can go in and you can find our Facebook page. You can scan the code we're gonna give you and get your pictures. You can get a photo booth picture. We've got it decorated really nice. Trenton Pressing's maintenance department built us a pallet wall so that we have a background for you guys to have a picture taken. If you need a family picture, but maybe you just can't go get one, you have the opportunity to do that as well. And we're gonna post those online for everybody. We also have had several people within the community that have donated some toys. So we're gonna have toys. We're gonna have ornaments that the kids get to color and take home and put on their Christmas tree. Candy bags. We've got food. The food is coming from Larry's Restaurant and Thatcher's. We're gonna have a Thanksgiving Christmas dinner so that everybody gets a warm meal. We're gonna have to-go boxes so that with the food that we have left over, we've got some people within the community, our elderly, that maybe can't get out and come see us. We're gonna take them food, make sure that they've got a meal.
And everything is free. So
yes.
when you show up, you're gonna pay for nothing. We don't want, and this is all thanks to the businesses in the county. I mean, all the businesses, not just businesses, individuals as well. So
yes.
when you show up, you're gonna have Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, pretty much. You're gonna have, we're also gonna get some pizza just in case some kids do not like the good hearty food. So we're gonna have pizza there. But again, unless you wanna buy extra tickets, everything is free. We want everyone to come and enjoy themselves, kind of have community, and just learn what our town's all about.
Yep. And it's for everyone. It's not just for a certain group of people. We want everybody to come. And we just want you to have a good time and know that this community appreciates everybody that's here.
Absolutely.
So, thank you.
Tell them verbally where it's at.
It's at the Trenton Civic Center.
Exactly
Yes.
right.
It's at the Trenton Civic Center. The Civic Center, if you turn like you're going to Jenkins Park, it's the building that's right next to the pool. And so it sits up in that big parking lot that's there. We actually will have, we currently have blow up Santa, the Grinch, and a snowman out front. It's supposed to storm a little bit Saturday. That's not going to deter us, and we hope it doesn't deter you, but the blow ups may not be outside. However, it is the Civic Center. If you need help or you can't find it, feel free to text me, call me, and I'll give you my phone number. It's 423-602-4956. And feel free to give me a call. We've also got Ronnie's number posted on our slide, so either one of us, we can help you get there. We can make sure that you find it correctly. If you've got somebody with you and it's raining and you need an umbrella, we will have umbrellas. We can come out to your car and help you get in. So
absolutely. We're gonna have volunteers there, a lot of people in the community ready to help, and
we're excited to see everybody.
Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for coming on, and we look forward to that. Next, we will hear from our new 4-H educator, Laura Cunningham.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Laura Cunningham. I am the new 4-H educator, and I was going to give a quick update on some of the stuff the Extension Office has going on. First up, we have our shotgun registration. This is for 7th through 12th graders. Anyone is welcome to come and join the shotgun team. The registration dates are December 15th and on January 6th from 5 to 6:30 at the Ag Center. The first practice is going to be on January 11th. So one of the requirements to be on the shotgun team is to have your hunter safety course, and you can get on that online, and it would be to the benefit to have that by January 11th, because you won't be allowed to shoot until you have your hunter safety license. As of right now, there are no planned BB teams this year. I know we've had a lot of calls, and we hate for that to be happening, but we don't have any volunteer coaches yet. And for that to run smoothly, we at least need 5 registered and certified coaches. If you're interested, we could really push through the process and get it done. There is a certified coaches training class early in January. Next I want to talk about is the 4-H district project achievement. It's that time of year where the kids aren't always super excited about this because nobody likes to do public speaking, but this is a really great program for your kids to participate in. I'm going to have some interest meetings on this on December 21st and January 5th from 5 to 7:30 at the Ag Center. I would encourage you to please just come out and kind of listen to my spiel about it and learn about it. It's really great because your kids research a project, they organize it, and they learn how to express themselves with the project they've chosen. All DPA projects, they match the Georgia criteria clusters thing that they have to do. I know that they kind of start that in, I think, into October, but if they had a project that they did for that, they can carry that over to DPA and make the process a lot easier for them. But it's a wonderful thing for your child to participate in. I mean, they learn public speaking, they're researching topics, they're becoming involved in a statewide event because all the counties in Georgia participate in this. And, you know, it's really, it helps them gain confidence and self-discipline by getting their project ready. And they meet lots of different kids from other counties, and it really is a lot of fun. And the last thing I want to talk about is I'm going to start doing a craft day once a month. The December craft is going to be a pine cone bird feeder. It's kind of for 3rd through 6th graders, but I really encourage my older kids to please come, especially if they're wanting to participate in DPA, because they can use this for volunteer hours, and they can just help the smaller kids create these bird feeders. It is going to be on December 20th from 2 to 4 at the Ag Center. If anyone wants to donate supplies for this, we could always use pine cones, peanut butter, twine, birdseed, and honey. I do want to make you aware that there is an allergy alert with the peanut butter, but we will have a separate table set up where they'll use honey instead of peanut butter. So please bring your kids out and we can make some pine cone bird feeders and talk about DPA and whatever else you guys want to talk about.
Thank you so much, Laura. Next, we'll hear from Dade County Executive Ted Rumley, who will talk about the county's weekly update and the COVID-19 report for this week.
A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff, happened this weekend. I know that. It was a great weekend. I'll go over a few things here before I go into our COVID report. This morning I touched on the storm shelters, gave you a little update on that. The storm shelters, we've got as I said, one at the Four Fields. We're waiting on the building as far as being shipped to that site. Rising Fawn, they'll probably complete it week after next. With Christmas coming up, we're going to try to get at least complete the concrete and the base, the base of it anyway, ready for the building. And that should be in a couple of weeks. So and then they'll be moving probably right after the first of the year. After Christmas, we'll be going out to Davis in that area there where we're going to build it out in the back behind the bowl. And we'll be working out there. It's going to take us a little bit longer there, a little bit more excavating to do, and some woods there we've got to clear off there. But so those three right there, they should be finished by early summer. I mean, I would think so, maybe sooner than that, but early summer for weather providing. And hopefully, like I've said this, and by next year this time, maybe we can have some other sites that we've actually been able to purchase, or hopefully have some land, possibly just a couple acres donated in some of these other communities to the government, because the land has to, if we go through FEMA, which we have on these, it has to belong to the government. Either belong to Dade County government or belong to the school system. So let's see, our paving, I touched on that. We got I did a really good job going up Hills Gap and also up Burkhalter. Those roads are finished except for the permanent striping on them. They'll be finishing that up next week. They did get some striping down on Sligo Road up that way, and I think they put the reflectors on there maybe 3 days ago. and they're coming back after we do finish all the striping, which should be finished by middle of next week, if not the end of next week. And we are putting reflectors back on those roads. So that's a good thing. Had a lot of positive about that. We've got several places in the county that we'll be working on next week and on into the Christmas holidays or before with paving. We thought we were not going to be able to get asphalt after this week, but they're going to actually run asphalt all the way through probably February from what they told us. So that'll help us out as long as the weather holds out. But we do have a lot of several places that Billy's going to be coming in with the paving machine, and we'll be fixing those places and preparing them for next year, maybe in the summer, for early summer when we start our paving, then we'll be ready to pave some other roads there. Everyone's touched on the parade. I mean, I can't say enough about that as far as enough positive. It was really a special weekend in Dade County. The actual expo, it was just amazing over there. As they said, it was, if you didn't go, you missed something, and hopefully you'll be there next year. But it was amazing to see the people that turned out for that. We couldn't ask for better weather, all day long, and so it was just great. I'll go ahead and move into the. Well, let's see. I better go ahead and go through this. Our vaccine, because when I go into my report, you'll see that our numbers are all the counties I report are in the red. This thing's going up. And so I'll go ahead as far as our vaccine goes and give you a little information on that. We are still downstairs, by appointment. We're doing the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines. They're also doing the boosters, and all these are by appointments now. She did tell me today they are doing, if you just drive by there and walk in, most of the time they can work you in, but you may have to wait, 45 minutes, maybe an hour or less. So, just try to, if you feel like we're not saying you have to do it, but, if you feel like it, there's no reason that you can't get the vaccine right now. So please. Also, we have testing locations, have a lot of calls about testing. And our health departments in Northwest Georgia, there's not any of them doing any testing right now, but we do have testing. We have 4 sites real close to Dade County, or in Dade County. Primary Health Care, they do that by appointment. Lawson Medical, Price Pharmacy, which is over in the little shopping center there by Food Line, or where Food Line used to be, and the American Family Center there in Lookout Valley by Walmart. And all those are doing, and all of them are doing the rapid test. As far as insurance, most of them take insurance. There's one, I think the Price Pharmacy, it's straight pay, it's a straight $90. But anyway, but if you have, any doubts or feel like you need to be, tested, those are the places closest to us. We also over at the Colonnade, what have we got? It's not on here. What have we got going on over there now? I know that they've changed it a little bit.
It's on our slide, so every Monday and Wednesday, they're doing testing from 9 to 6.
So that's still good.
That's still good. Every Monday and Wednesday, 9 to 6 at the Colonnade, they're doing free testing.
Okay, good. And also, I just want to mention, we do have our Christmas lights. We put them up a couple of weeks ago there in Rising Pond, our fire department. And so if you're going south, get off the interstate and try to go through Rising Pond, because it's not great, not like Trenton, but it's for us, it's really special to our community. I'll go into our COVID report here. In Dade County, and we have increased 29 positive cases in the last 2 weeks. We've had 18 deaths and 72 hospitalizations. That puts us up to 1,873 since the beginning. But 29, that's quite a jump, from the way we were 4 weeks ago. We were feeling a little bit better about this, but it's this jump. And I don't think this right here has had time to reflect on the actual Thanksgiving holidays yet. I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving just, a week or so ago, but so I really, they're worried that these numbers are going to really jump. Walker County, they've increased now in 14 days, 138 cases of positive. That puts them at 9,906, almost 10,000 people in Walker County that's had it. The Catoosa County, they've averaged, or they're at 83 for the last 14 days positive, and they're at 8,650. Chattooga County, They've hit 30 for the last 14 days positive. They're at 3,758. Moving down to Tennessee, Hamilton County, they have actually, as we speak, 758 active cases. That puts them up to 65,859 in Hamilton County. Now that 65,859, they've had 64,378 that have recovered. Hamilton County's had 723 deaths since the beginning of this. Marion County, right now Marion County has 29 active. That puts them at 5,924, and they've had 5,820 recoveries, and they've had 75 deaths. Grundy County, they have 15 active as we speak. That puts them at 2,947. They've had 2,888 recovered out of that 2,947, and they've had 44 deaths. Moving to Alabama here, to Jackson County, our neighbor here, they are at, have had 22 cases in the last 7 days, not 14. They've actually had 22 positive cases in 7 days. They've had 196 deaths, and that puts them to 10,258 positive since the beginning. DeKalb County, they actually have had 31 cases in the last 7 days. That puts them at 13,130 in DeKalb County, and they've also had 271 deaths. Now, we also got this just about 10 minutes before we actually went on the air here from our public health. We get these things as it changes, as things changes, as the numbers change. And this is just to alert us that I'll just read what's on this thing. It says, Georgia Department of Public Health has confirmed that the Omicron variant in an unvaccinated Metro Atlanta resident with no recent international travel was detected. And that was this morning. I guess it would have been like just a few hours ago.
Yeah, it wasn't long ago.
It says previously 2 cases of this variant were confirmed in Metro Atlanta residents. One of these individuals were tested in New Jersey and is recovering there. It says the Omicron variant has now been detected in patients in at least 21 U.S. states and in dozens of countries around the world. Preliminary data shows that Omicron may cause less severe illness, but may spread more easily. In other words, it's not as bad, not as hard on you. It's like maybe a mild case of the flu, but it is very easy to actually contact this. And this is pretty interesting. It said that it says that more than 1,000 new cases of COVID are reported daily in Georgia, and 99% of which are the Delta variant. And most of these, the largest majority, are in unvaccinated individuals. So, keep that in mind. I mean, whether just like I said, we're not here trying to force you to actually get vaccinated. That's totally up to you and your family. But you need to read some of this right here that are real numbers and make that decision. But so the numbers are changing. They're not going our way. They're going up. They probably will go up more and more as the holidays, as we are in confined areas, as families get together, as people travel across country, visiting relatives. So just be careful. Try to wear your mask, when you're in confined areas or when you're in an area that you feel uncomfortable. And also, if you possibly can, unless you're right, real close to your personal family that you live with all the time, do the actual social distancing if possible. We have any questions today?
No questions today. I do want to remind everybody of the food distribution this Saturday at Piney Grove Baptist Church from 11:30 until food is gone. So they do that the second Saturday of every month. So they will be doing that this Saturday over on Piney Road. But those numbers are going up, so be careful. When we look at these every week, we have a really easy system that we use. Blue numbers mean a decrease, red numbers mean an increase. And last couple of weeks, everything was blue. This week, everything nearly is red. Yeah. So it is going back up, so just be careful with that. We do have updated information on our website at dadecounty-ga.gov. No questions.
Okay. I do want to touch on one other thing. This lady that came up from her 4-H a minute ago, her husband's here today with her, but a lot of people, I know she introduced herself at the commission meeting the other night and probably a couple other places, but they don't realize really who she is. She's Lloyd Gass's daughter, you know, and her mother, for you, those of you that would be my age and younger, I mean, you know, or maybe a little older, they remember Miss Gass in school. She came in right when I was a senior, I think, but, she also was here when Ted Dyer was, you know, our extension agent. And so you made this comment the other night, I hadn't even thought about it, but so we've got a team now back here in Dade County. Of course, her last name's not Gass anymore, but she's Miss Gass's daughter, and we have Ted Dyer's daughter-in-law that are heading up our, you know, program. Right? Am I wrong? Yes. I'm right. See, so that's good. We just appreciate it, and I'm glad you're back here at home, and look forward to y'all getting back to normal, hopefully over here, and having things going. But we appreciate everyone. Nothing else? You not forgetting anything? George, you got anything you want to add?
No, we're good.
Are you sure?
I think I'm done.
We'll see everyone next week, and all of you have a safe weekend. There is a parade. I might want to remind you, for those of you that really enjoy parades, I do, Chickamauga is going to try to have their Saturday, weather permitting. They always have a really good, kind of like ours, a good hometown parade. So I think it starts right at dark, right at 5:30, 6 o'clock. So, and they've got a lot of festivities over there too. So if you happen to be in the mood, you know, Saturday evening, you know, maybe right over there and check them out. My number is 423-667-8999. That's my cell number. I do answer my phone 7 days a week. So if you need me to, you know, help me, if you need me to help you in any way or anything I can possibly do, call me or my commissioners. They're very easy to get a hold of. Their numbers are posted online, and so we'll talk to you next week or maybe before. Thank you.